applied. The price was about, in Korea or China, it's very cheap, but the delivery cost is the issue. So if there is no delivery, but then take time for long, about 1 month or sometimes 2 or 3 weeks. So, but price was, I bought them about around $10, around $10. But if you go to Korea to buy this one, is about just $5 per case. So I jealousy in Korea, everything is very cheap and the quality is very nice. You can buy a mijello original, and this one is also very famous as the mijello, the silver bullet proof one. But I think that one is just a normal plastic. That one is my current the current the palette I'm using. This one I always just to follow the tutorial, so there are a lot of different options. Sometimes if I just drawing some the landscape, I need some olive green or the green one. So I the pre-mix that are colors, then if it is dried, if I just mixing color inside, then I can just make a different tone. But if I just use olive green, pre-mixed olive green, that is a flat one. But if I just mix with the 3 or 4 colors, then I can just variable. I can make the variations within this combination, and I just always attach that the this mini swatch, and that is still mini the spoon. And sometimes I still put them the spoon in here, and then if I mix something. And this one is also I use this the so sometimes I just attach it here, the connect here. Then if I need some water or some, if I just take some paints, I don't use this brush. Then that is needlessly just not efficient with this taking, because the paint's just polluted or contaminated. But if you just take some, if it is soft still, then you can pick some out of the bit and then the mixing in their your mini palette or here. So that one is my idea. And if you live in New Zealand or the Australia or the other countries, I think some country, if they have no enough material, all the people should be a MacGyver. MacGyver is famous a television character, the drama character. He just made or implemented any instruments from anything with the end, anything to escape their very risky situation. So to live in Australia and New Zealand, I became an inventor, and then I should apply our materials. If I have, then I always apply. So sometimes I just drawing and then take some water, because if I with this brush that is contaminated very much for the water and then the paints, and that is another idea. So I always just keep that one. Is looks so messy, but that one is also applied in the color fill inside. And this one is I just showed that when I just have a landscape or some trees, then the color is I just mixed with a different shape, different combination. If I just use the yellow with the green, that will be seriously contaminated. So to avoid that contamination, I just made it for only for the the trees one. So that one is another idea of my DIY. And I was so interested for the art because um, there are a lot of actually I was more interested in the color. Still, I'm not good at the painting, so I'm more interested in the colors or paints. How can it be mixed? So it was so interesting for the beginner. So even though the paint is not good, my painting is not good. But if I just apply or try some colors, but the colors made me very happy. The feeling is different. Rather than just seeing a good paints in the screen. But if you the experience is real, then the color makes us very happy. That is a magic. So that one is my current one, but that one is not a water. That is a bullet proof. So generally, I don't use this plates. I just use this extra the spoony in a cell. Then we can just store the colors remain. Then I can. We don't need to just to remove them, and then that is sometimes the color paint is still now the modern paints is very safe, become safe, but sometimes it is still not safe. So I don't want to make some pollution more. So anyway, that one is my current palette, and this one I bought them, but I'm not yet use it. That is 3-1. I don't like that. Actually, that is a rectangle and then the fixed one. So sometimes I can arrange for my spoony one. So I can just arrange like that, and then I can use it still with a flexible. But at the moment, I don't use this palette, and that one is good because that is a separate palette and then more flexible. So, but I just said that is a stain. That is not this issue. Maybe the paints still have the strong stain. So that one is another model. And finally, no, that is okay. I have another. I just introduced this palette in the last video for the spoony palette setup. And I just at the moment I don't use this one. I just store my combination mini palettes for the olive green or the dark violet. And I just started the 3 CMY combination and then 3 RBY primary color sets. So I'm a beginner, so I always just still learning about the color mixing. The watercolor paints is not different with a crayon or the other opaque one. This one is when we mix, so sometimes the result is unexpected color or something becomes muddy or something. So we should fully practice our colors, and then sometimes I just compare with the transparent and then opaque that is not transparent one. But I want to watch some swatchy. That is my experiments and the comparison. But I think this one is better. My idea was I just expected this one is a good, but still it's okay. Though I like the non-transparent one. And then there is a different material of the palettes. That is different material of a spoon, but this is better. This white is like the same with this one, and then very stable as a mini palette and a mini spoon in a cell. So I tried. That is my experiment idea. So I just to use this one. The round shape is good for the color field. And the last one, that is a bigger one. The size, the 10 cm, about, yeah, this one is around 4 times, and then this one is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one size is similar with our notebook. So I will open this one. That one is the box nut. Actually, I don't use this one as a palette. I just store my the watercolor paints. I have the mijello pure paint set, and also I have mijello paints 36 colors, and also I bought that mijello pure color set recently. Oh yeah, pure color sets. The box is very good. And this one in 24 colors. And sometimes there are some just overlapped colors. So I rearrange them in this plate. They are all the mijello. Something is from the pure payment set and something from 36 the just mission gold paint set. So I want to just swatch it from here, and then I just put some label and using the so you can find some uh, labels. So there is some no different look. So then I just defer that color number and then pigment number and the label. And this one is still, I always emphasize everything is just a color feel. So even though I don't know the name, but they have the opposite is a compliment. And I have as I told, I bought some this Kamlin paint in this area that is for the Kamlin or the orange. In the that is also saying there's a color fill applied, the lemon yellow to green and then violet one. So I think this Kamlin paint set is very similar with the Kotman or the Ninja Newton tones, and then the burnt sienna is very nice. And then Kamlin Bomian is very beautiful, and I like the Bomian and then Crimson Lake. Crimson Lake is very similar. It's a PB19, the Alizarin Crimson tone, and Saccharine is very beautiful here, and then Burnt Sienna is very nice. So I have this area for the Kamlin. So if I just follow some Indian artist tutorial, I use this paint set. And this one is a Winsor Newton, the paints. I have some loose paints a lot, so I just order here. So this one is not for the real palette. That one is for my paints just storage. So at the moment, I just always check the color. If I need more, then I just refer this box. And the really last one. This one is for the paper palette. Sometimes I just studied with the memo and then combine the color and checking. This one is when I just checked that the Kotman UK. I have a 20 years about 20 years ago the Kotman paints that was made in UK, and sometimes this I bought a recently new one that is made in China. So I compared that the difference. I wanted to check if there is a difference between them. But as far as I know, there is no big difference between them because they have the same technology. Anyway, that one is my palette's introduction. So, and I just showed my idea. And this one is when I just mixed my paints. Then I made a mini palettes. Yeah, thank you very much for my the video for the tour of my palettes. Thank you.